If the gate's open, let's roll. The light from the nearby vendor stall stabs into your eyes, triggering a throbbing ache in the back of your skull. You stop short, squinting as rough voices drift in on the wind. Where's everyone else? Where's the damned shipment? Haven't seen him yet, we just got here. Long way's probably waiting for us, so we can just haul it out of the boat for him, that lazy bastard. Let's just hang out here. Let him find us. Looks like we're on a stroll through Smuggler Central. These gangers don't know we're here. We could probably just slip past. Or we could clip them. They're already looking for us. Might be better to take them out now while we've got the element of surprise on our side. While unaware hostiles are on screen, press the unholster button to enter turn-based combat mode. I like the way you think, Carter. Battle. Stubtoe Williams. Let's haste Billy Bang Bang here. This is for you. That's hardcover. Man, we've got a full burst still. See you later. Oh wow, what an incredible opening. Like the music's a little more dynamic in this one. I like it. I'm not positive we can actually see over that. Oh, they changed the animation for aim. Like the improvements so far. Yeah, fuck you. Oh, dude. Gotcha. Oh, right, because he's hasted. Take aim. Oh, man, that's gross. Yeah, let's just give him more aim, because he's got 3 AP. And then we'll sunder your armor. Strip their armor by 2. Goodbye, sir. Well, that sucked. That sucked a lot. But now you're gonna get bent over by my pal here, Duncan. Gotcha. And they regenerated all that health. Is that treasure I see? Thank you. The hell are we supposed to go, though? Move crate. Very sneaky. Karma gain 1. What's this? I can't tell which way we're supposed to go. Oh, this is the dead end. Hello, treasure? Yo, I knew it. I fucking knew it. 61 Nuyen. Who leaves 61? It's like change from their knighted at the noodle bar. That's not slang. A dragon line. What have I gotten myself into? Hello? Husky troll? Crossing the street, you can make out 4 shadowy figures loitering in the plaza ahead. Troll, orc, dwarf, elf. 2 men, 2 women. They're different from the smugglers on the dock. Alert, poised, professional. You can see they've made a token attempt to conceal their weapons. The unspoken message is clear. We're strapped. Mind your manners. Wu stands up tall, takes that amused tone he gets whenever he's standing toe-to-toe with someone bigger. Someone who doesn't know what they're about to go down. Evening, folks. You got permits for those bazookas? The troll pulls his mouth into a comic frown. Pat, permits? Give me a minute. He makes a show of patting his pockets. Nope, guess not. Must have dumped mine in dumpster, along with the last that he just stepped up to us. Wu coolly surveys the scene, nods in a friendly fashion. Is that right? Well then. You can almost feel Wu's cop training kick in. It's like watching a drone execute a command routine. He reaches for his rifle, brings it up quick, but it's too late. By the time it hits shoulder level, an assortment of nasty-looking ordnance is already trained at his head. Carter backs him up. She whips her arms forward, fists blazing with magical fire. Her eyes sweep the scene, darting from one figure to another. All right, everyone just be cool. The thick troll's voice is casual, amused. He shakes his gun in Wu's face. A little late for that, isn't it? Put your hands in your pockets. Listen, guys, my stomach's doing somersaults. How about we all put our guns away before someone gets hurt? The thick troll snorts a laugh. That guy looks like he could use an enema. Something we can do for you, officer? Wu's jaw tightens, but his tone stays cool and controlled. I'm looking for an old man, Raymond Black. We're supposed to meet him here. Know him? Troll nods his enormous head. Wu's voice gets an edge. You can see a vein in his temple start to pulse. Where is he? Carter sees it too, keeps her voice neutral. Easy, Duncan. The troll maintains amused eye contact, but his weapon stays trained on Wu. That's right. Easy, Duncan. Your friend Raymond never showed. We've been waiting for the better part of an hour. Think everyone can put their guns down? His voice is steady, but it's clear he's coiled. I don't think so. Not till I get some answers. Like? He mutters through gritted teeth. Like why a group of heavily armed assholes are meeting a little old man in a construction site at midnight. The orc girl chimes in. Her tone is light. She's trying to defuse the situation. We do odd jobs. For money. Wu speaks softly, but you know that means he's reaching the end of his rope. He cracks his neck. Pop, pop. What kind of jobs? She gets a wry look in her eye. Her answer is flippant. Odd jobs. This and that. So, you're his tour guides, right? The troll's yellow-brown tusks shift into a smile again. Kinda, yeah. The old man hired us to take you all on an excursion. Wu's brow furrows. Hired you? He takes a moment, looks them over. They're an odd assortment. A cybered-up troll, an orca girl with magical fetishes, a dwarf with a cyber deck slung over her back, and a tall elf standing behind them quietly, inscrutable. All with guns trained on Wu. Understanding spreads across Wu's face, his jaw tightens. You're Shadowrunners. Uh-huh. Wu's shoulders creep up, his stance tightens. This is bullshit. Raymond would never hire Shadowrunners. They're criminals. The troll corrects it. Mercenary operatives. The dwarf cuts in, her voice is soft but strong. Criminal mercenary operatives. So yeah, you were right. Your buddy Raymond was associating with a bunch of hardened criminals. The troll tosses Wu a sideways smile while staring down the barrel of his gun. Sort of burst your bubble, Lone Star. Guess you didn't know the old man as well as you thought, huh? Wu tries to shake it off, but he's struggling to process the information. You can feel the heat coming off of him. The runners sense it too, and they tense up tight. They're keyed on Duncan, and their guns are big. The looks on their faces make it clear. One wrong beat of sweat and Wu's going down in a red mist cloud. Carter remains completely still. Her voice is level, moderate. She's done this before. Let's all stay focused. No need for this to get ugly. She speaks quietly to Wu, who listens without turning, his focus squarely on the troll. We need to find Raymond. These are the people who can help us do that. What were you hired to do? You can tell the orc girl's had enough of this tension, she blurts it out. The old man wanted us to take him into Kowloon Walled City. Kowloon Walled City isn't a thing anymore? What? She waves a hand at the three of you. You too. Two large rats clinging to her hip and shoulder poke their heads out of the folds of her clothing. They fix their beady eyes on you intently. You know the Walled City? Slum, right? I've heard of it. The girl sneers, rolling her eyes. It's a shithole. Worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere. Memories of growing up in the Redmond Barrens flash through your mind. We get it. It's a real bad place. Now why would a little old man pay you to take him there? The dwarf standing next to her nods and jumps in. Wouldn't say. He mumbled a lot too. Just kept rambling on about how he had to get in. Under ordinary circumstances, I'd never have accepted the gig. The Walled City's the last place I want to go. But the old man rolled up a truckload of Nuyen, and you gotta eat, right? Wu risks a glance at you. His weapon remains trained in the Shadowrunners, but a flicker of uncertainty plays across his face. Interesting story. Seems like a good time to ramp down the threat of violence, don't you think? The husky troll flashes a smile that's all tusks and no warmth. Okay, gang, I tell you what. He looks at his team as he slowly starts to lower his weapon. We're all going to put our guns down. What? Stay in cover. Deal. So deal. The sound of high-caliber rifle shots hangs in the air, and the red dots of laser sights sweep the area. Carter, the troll, and the silent elf lie dead in widening pools of blood, their heads broken open like melons dropped from a 4-story building. Jesus. The orc girl screams from cover. Nightjar! Nightjar, come on, big man, talk to me. Gunshot? No. She turns to the dwarf, her eyes wild with fear. Oh shit, this isn't good. A voice blares up from a loudspeaker. This is the police. Lay down your weapons. Put your hands behind your head and come out where we can see you. Officer, Duncan Wu, Finneas Irk. Come out where we can see you. You have 3 seconds. Oh, jeez. Duncan crouches behind cover, his gaze locked on Carter's corpse. His voice comes out in a hoarse roar. Stand down, damn it, I'm law enforcement. Lone Star. Lone Star. He's driven deeper into cover by a hail of gunfire. The dwarf shakes her head at him. Her voice is flat. Save your breath. They won't listen. Use your eyes. These bastards aren't here to make arrests. A sniper shot hits the wall next to her head, showering her an explosive plaster. Holy shit. Duncan, are you hurt? Everyone pipe down. Just give me a minute. The rat girl stares at the ground intently as if listening. Then her brow furrows, her eyes go beady, and her nose wrinkles up. She begins to sway back and forth, her lips moving soundlessly. She snaps out of her trance. Okay, I've got a way out. It's at the end of the street. Everyone come with me. Everyone? We don't need the rent-a-cops, Gobbit. We're the only ones. The little orc whips her head towards her friend. Their extra firepower is, I got us an exit, but we gotta get past the heat, and we can't shoot our way out of this on our own. If nothing else, they can soak up a few rounds for us. Thank you. She turns to you, her pupils pinpricks of intensity. Just stick to cover and keep close. There's a door down the street that leads to a back alley. That's our exit point. You fall behind, you get left behind. Where am I going? Through the cops. Get everyone out alive. Ooh, a summon. I don't know if I can make it to that, though. Because it'll be, yeah, I'm not making it to that. Make a wild shot. Oh, magic. Gotta drop these guys. Hong Kong Police Force Captain. What the fuck have I gotten myself into? You're the Decker. Get her into that dragon line, which she can't fucking see. Oh, I got him mixed up. That was the orc I was controlling. That guy's just getting right in there, huh? Oh boy. There's more of them. Let's get you sorted out first. Where are my fucking spells? Do you not have a fight spell? You don't. You're an orc, shaman, you don't know any fucking spells. Poison Fog, a lingering area effect spell that damages anyone passing through, lasts for 3 rounds. How big are you? Put her right there. Just a fart clap. Missed terribly, luckily. Well, let's just summon this rascal. Up we go, garbage ghost. A monsoon spirit. It's got 4 AP, really? Holy shit. See you later. Let's just get this one out of the way so we don't get flanked. Got 2 AP on you? Doo 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 doo. Duncan? She's gotta go. Good work. Flank. I can jack into a motorbike. I don't know if I want to do that. What is this? A grenade launcher? Yes. Why would you not do that? Got you. Where'd that come from? Because you're not in cover. So that sniper means business. Stay in cover. Yes, sir. Might die here, which will be awkward. We gotta fucking hack that thing, whatever it is. It might be possible to use the network connection on this police motorcycle to do some damage to their local network. Deactivate the drones. The police drones power down. Good, I think. Who's this little rascal? Let's just get him as far ahead as we can, see what we've got. Some asshole police officers, okay. Monsoon Ghost. What is that? Water Bolt. Strips 2 armor from the target, fuck that. Oh right, we turn those robots off. Whoop. Did we just lose the ghost? We just lost the ghost. Or the ghost went rogue? Ghost gone. That's fine. Just move it up. Problem is Finneas has to stay all the way in the back now because he just has no fucking health. Shy Dwarf. Are you called Shy Dwarf? What is our chance to hit? 10%. Maybe another time. Out of ammo. Oh, right. What the fuck? Police officer shaman. That's gonna complicate things. Hey, Star Boy Duncan. He'll handle it. There's a very strong conjurer. What do you say we just throw a grenade at you? 42%. Heavy cover intervening? From behind? Fuck it. Two attacks with less chance for critical damage. May hit adjacent characters. Uses 8 bullets. Oh, we got one of them. Neat. There goes your spooky ghost. It's an awful shot. What do you say we just use this guy? 3 bullets. Gotcha. The robots are turned off, so we can just make a mad dash. I guess we gotta stay in cover, don't we? I guess we can get Duncan in there, see what we've got ourselves into. Go, man, go! Whoop. Whoop, that's not cover? Good to know. I don't even know if I can make it. Fuck, there's a guy right there. Can I even make that shot? Oh god, there's a whole bunch of them still. How? Oh, that got you. Oh, Finneas has some trouble going on back here, everybody. I have a first aid kit. We found that first aid kit. Right? Oh, I have a totem. Fetish. Ah, fuck, I can't get into cover from where I am. Oh boy, Finneas, why are you so slow? Stand on this side. Got the one. Is that cover? Not really. Let's just reload this. Aim on you. Chance to hit 30. Oof. Well, it clipped you. Oh, really needed that to hit. Just keep running, Finneas. It's like missing a leg from when a sniper took it out. Oh, can't get up onto the street there. That's unfortunate. That's where you'll stand, I guess. Gotcha. Oh man, hope this guy doesn't die. He's really good. Spray and pray. Miss horribly. I'm just gonna make a break for it with this little rascal. Holy shit. She's only got the fucking like 1 hit left on her. Okay, see ya. Oh fuck, Finneas can make it. Thank you, Duncan. Ah, fuck it. Just go, man. The rat shaman guides you from the doorway on the street through an eternity of winding alleys, damp sub-basements, and empty buildings. Stumbling through refuse and filth, you make your way into the sewers below Victoria Harbor. It reeks down here, but it's quiet. Gobbet stops, sniffs, and wipes her eyes with the back of her wrist. Her rats squeak softly in the folds of her clothing. The dwarf watches her silently for a moment, then moves closer and gently takes her hand. In the dim light of the sewer, you can see they're nearly the same age, no more than 20, 21 tops. What were their names? She keeps her head down and tells it to the floor. The troll you were talking to was Nightjar. He was our friend. The elf was called Gutshot, kind of an asshole, but I didn't need to see his head splattered everywhere like that. She inhales a cleansing breath. Nightjar was a good guy, always had our backs. Isabel's and mine. Isabel nods in agreement. Oh my god, you spelled it with a fucking number. Rare to find a runner that you can actually trust. She looks to her friend. Are we clear? Goblin looks back the way you came. I think we've shaken him. She sniffs the air. Yeah, we're clear. Wu begins pacing, his boots splashing in the sewer water, creating echoes down the tunnel. You can feel the tension coming off him in waves. This is bullshit. I'm done messing around in alleys and sewers. I'm done running from cops. He pokes a thumb at his chest and spits his anger forth in a raspy growl. For fuck's sake, I am a cop. We noticed. There's a Lone Star Sergeant dead back there, damn it. She was... Wu starts to choke up. He struggles against it, fighting to maintain control, but he needs a minute to recover. He finally managed to pull it together, but he's raw. When he speaks again, his voice is seething and hoarse. I don't know what the hell's going on with the Hong Kong cops, but I'm calling in some Lone Star backup from home. I'm going to get some of my own people down here. Then we're going to find Raymond and figure what the hell's going on. The little orc shrugs. Whatever you say, big guy. Have fun with that. She looks over at her friend. They both nod. Iz and I are out of here. Best of luck finding your friend. Your people died in a hail of sniper fire. You're not going to do anything about it? Of course we're going to do something about it. In fact, we're going to do two things. Run and hide. Look, we got you to safety, but now we're done with this shit. We don't intend to die for you. Wu isn't listening. You can see on his face that he's already written the orc girl off. He pulls his security-grade PDA from his holster on his leg, raises it, starts tapping the buttons with a meaty finger. The Lone Star logo of the back of the device looks shiny and official. He stops confused, then taps it again harder. The red flashing image on the PDA reflects his goggles. The hell? I'm locked out of the network. He looks up at you. My law enforcement status has been revoked. He goes back to the screen. I don't believe it. This is saying there's an APB out on us, Finneas. You and me both. I figured as much. You heard them on the loudspeaker. They knew our names. Wu glares at the wall, a storm racing across his face. Fucking hell. His hand clenches into a fist around his PDA. This just keeps getting worse. He leans forward as if to punch the wall, his knuckles rasping against it softly. A pantomime of barely constrained rage. Suddenly, he turns and slings his PDA at the far wall. It hits hard, bounces back, and clatters to the ground at his feet. He looks at it, spent. The orc mouths an okay to herself, eyebrows raised. And on that note, I think it's time for us to say goodbye. Come on, Isabel, let's... She's cut up by the sudden smashing noise as her friend's boot comes crashing down to the PDA at Wu's feet. The dwarf looks down at her work, unsatisfied, and brings her boot down again and again and again, until there's nothing left but a snarl of plastic housing, broken glass, and a circuit board. She looks up at Wu, her chest heaving, and points at the pile of scrap she's created. Police issued. They can trace you through that. She turns to you, hand out. Yours too, it's on the network. Well, there go all my free upgrade points. Isabel takes your PDA and repeats her boot stomping. There. She looks over at Gobbet, sighs, then reaches into her jacket pocket, pulling out 2 new PDAs. She hands them to you and Duncan. Burners. I suppose it's the least we can do after your help back there. You always keep a supply of burners in your pocket? Runners need to be prepared for contingencies, isn't that right, Iz? Isabel isn't listening. She's staring open-mouthed at her own PDA, its bluish glow illuminating her horrified expression. Gobbet, we gotta go right now. Isabel's voice is monotone but empathetic. She holds up her PDA to show her friend. They're after us, too. Her screen displays a local newscast. Your own face stares back at you from the upper left corner of the screen. And breaking news. Just under an hour ago, Hong Kong port authorities were involved in a firefight with members of a terrorist cell linked to the mainland city-state of Henan. The battle left 3 terrorists dead, along with an unconfirmed number of Hong Kong police officers. Your image winks out, replaced by a scowling image of Duncan Wu, a mugshot from a long time ago, before Raymond. Our sources report that Seattle natives Duncan Wu and Finneas Irk, along with their Hong Kong-based accomplices, are still at large. They're well-armed and should be considered extremely dangerous. I literally don't have a gun. I'm not well-armed. Low-res photographs of Gobbet and Isabel pop up on screen, replacing Duncan Wu. The color drains out of Gobbet's face. Oh, shit. Kowloon officials report that the terrorist cell, known as the White Star, maintains ties to the state of Henan and is reported to be receiving weapons and funding from anti-corporate groups in the UCAS city-state of Seattle. Port authorities are standing on high alert, and the Hong Kong Police Force's Special Duties Unit has been engaged to deal with the threat. We go live now to Chief Inspector Crate of the Special Duties Unit, who will be making a statement. Behind the newscaster, a video window displays the location of your firefight in Victoria Harbor. The camera pans to Chief Inspector Crate. She is surrounded by a swarm of news reporters, but appears unfazed by the attention. She speaks with supreme confidence. We've yet to ascertain the motive for tonight's attack, but it was clearly a well-planned and coordinated effort. Crate sounds smooth, more like a corporate mouthpiece than a cop. We've already issued an all-points bulletin along with a killer capture order for the 4 remaining terrorists, and I've instructed the Special Duties Unit to make this manhunt a top priority. She looks directly into the camera. If you should see one or more of these individuals, do not attempt to engage them. Instead, tap in the HKPF flash code at the bottom of the screen. If you're on an authorized network and take a picture, our system will automatically identify them in your data stream. The Decker switches off the newscast and clips her PDA back onto her belt. For a moment, there's no sound but the roar of the sewer rushing water through the pipe. Sewer water rushing through the pipes. Gobbet bends over, hands on her knees, sucking wind. Her rats scurry for a new position. I thought we were fucked before. Wu's voice is eerily calm, but now we are well and truly fucked. We'll deal with it, Duncan. We always do. Not this time, Finneas. He begins stalking back and forth, a panther in the cage. They've labeled us terrorists, and there's an APB out on us. I've heard this kind of announcement before. I know what comes with it. It doesn't matter if we have anything to do with whatever city-state. They're gonna hunt us down. It's open season. Isabel nudges the remains of Wu's PDA with a booted toe. And the 2 of us will be hunted down right alongside you. Gobbet wide-eyes the exit, tight as a spring. You can hear shallow panting as she leans toward one and the other. We gotta go deep. Hit the mainland for a while until we can figure this out. Find a hole to crawl into. Gobbet looks at Isabel, wipes her mouth, and points at you and Duncan. We gotta get them off the grid too, way off. The dwarf looks up at Duncan, and her large eyes narrow. Hey, Lone Star, you've got a security license, right? That means you got a sin, too. Wu's brow furrows. Of course I have a sin. I wouldn't be able to get paid otherwise. Only criminals and lowlifes go sinless. She runs a hand along her cyberdeck, thinking. That means you can be traced, both of you. You get spotted by a drone or security camera, get ID'd by a retinal scanner, and try to use your cred stick or passport, the HKPF will know just where to find you. Wu crosses his arms across his chest. I know how a system identification number works, Runner. Oh, my etiquette. We're going to have to burn our sins if we're going to survive this. When did I get a sin? Got that right, Seattle. Gobbet pulls out her dreadlocks. We're just as screwed as you are, me and Iz. We were listed as your accomplices, and we can't afford for you to get caught. You'll lead them to us one way or the other. DNA samples, things we've told you, astral residue, I don't know, cop stuff. The little Decker looks from you to Wu, eyes narrowed, sizing you up. You can see her make a silent decision before she speaks. Her voice is flat and resigned. We need to get your sins burned, delete you from the record books. All of them. All of them? Well, wait a minute. You want to just erase our identities? Beyond the fact that it's insane, will that even work? If we burn our sins, go off the grid like that, won't they just redouble their efforts to find us? Condescension seeps its way into Isabel's dry tone. Imagine playing a game of hide-and-seek with a siren strapped to your head. Would you rather try and hide with the siren, or with the siren conspicuously absent? Deleting our identities across the entire matrix sounds hard. The little Decker nods knowingly. It's very difficult. I can't do it. Some people can. Organizations. Expert systems. Gobbet's voice dropped. We gotta ask for help. There's only one person we know who has the kind of pull it takes to burn a sin and hide us from the cops. Kindly Cheng. Sounds like a restaurant. Yeah, well, she's not. And don't let her hear you say something like that or you'll be searching for your tongue on the floor. She's what's known as a straw sandal, kind of a middle manager for the Yellow Lotus Syndicate, their triad. Kindly Cheng controls all the illegal activity in our neighborhood. Smuggling, bootlegging, counterfeiting. Is the Yellow Lotus a syndicate or a retail outlet? Gobbet leans in, serious as death. Do not get the wrong impression. Kindly Cheng is no bureaucrat. She controls a good-sized portion of Kowloon's underworld. She has soldiers, resources. She's smart. She's not to be underestimated. Isabel's voice is hollow and flat. Taking favors from a woman like Kindly Cheng is a good way to get yourself into indentured servitude. You don't want to owe favors to a woman like that. Her eyes get big, round. Ideally, you don't want to deal with her at all. That was Nightjar's job. Nightjar's job? You mean you work with her? What did we just tell you? She's got her fingers in everything, including brokering Shadowruns for the corpse. Kindly Cheng is our fixer. Jeez. Gobbet tries to make her voice light, confident. Just stay on her good side and you'll have nothing to worry about. Now let's get this done before one of you trips the APB and brings all hell down upon us. What the fuck have I got myself into here?